Star Citizen tutorial. This is going to be a tutorial video on the, I forgot what the name of the mission was already. Let's just open up F2, come to Mercenary down here at the contracts, and there it is, Unauthorized Surveillance Detected. 20,000 credits, and it's a pretty good beginner mission. The biggest issue with trying to make money doing these missions is just finding them. So we're going to click accept, and then it's going to give us our location. So I'm here in Crusader. I tried for a little while to find him in ArtCorp, couldn't find him there, but you'll find him around Hurston, Crusader, and probably Microtech, but that place is cold and far away, so no one really cares about it. Now keep in mind this is not a tutorial on how to travel, but I will give a basics combat tutorial just because that's mostly what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to set my route here, hopefully it works the first time, and I don't think it did. Alright, whatever. So we're going to, it looks like we need to get around the station. Let's see if we can find a place to jump to. By station, I mean planet. Oh my goodness, why is it so annoying trying to get around here? Oh wait, there we go. Maybe it did work. That's selling. Okay, give me a second. Okay, before we make the final jump to destroy monitors, we are going to talk a little bit about basic combat. First of all, left click is going to shoot some weapons, and then right click will shoot more weapons. On my ship, yours may look different if you're not flying the Cutlass. I can see kind of where my ammo is up in the top right, and if I push H, that will shoot off my flares. That's useful for dodging missiles, which I'm going to explain why that's important in a little bit here. If I push T, that will target the target in front of me, and it'll show the target up here or over there. This screen on my Cutlass, you can see red dots, and that's kind of where enemies are, and if you put the red dot in the middle, then it should be pretty close to the center of your aimer here. And when we are shooting things, you're going to notice there's going to be like a little circle that you can follow, and if you're aiming inside that circle, your shots should hit. Also, Q and E will spin you, then Control and Space will make you go up and down, and WASD moves you around. So this is really just a super basics tutorial on basic combat. That should be all that you need to know to get this started. I actually warped in pretty dang close to the station. We can see it here. And as we get closer to it, it's probably going to say restricted area at the top of the screen. And currently I have no way of avoiding that. So we want to wait till we get restricted area, and then the station itself is going to think we shouldn't be there because the quest is going to take a second to update. And the station itself is going to shoot missiles at us. So that's why we need to push H to send our flares to avoid getting killed by them, because those missiles will kill weaker ships, including mine, in one hit, no problem. So let's just get a little bit closer to the station and wait for that to happen. There we go, there's restricted area, so missiles should be next. They usually show up as triangles. I guess I'm not getting any sent after me today. Interesting. Okay, well, if the station decides to try to wallop you with some missiles, just push H. And now we need to scan for the monitors. So keep in mind, when we find the first one, the timer of 5 minutes is going to begin. So this is a timed mission, but it's almost always easy enough to finish within that time limit. I think I failed one of these, and that was when the game crashed. To find these monitors, we're going to push Tab. That's going to send out a pulse scan, and you're going to notice there's like a little box, and there's going to be a whole bunch of other boxes and a distance, and we want to fly toward these boxes. And once we get closer, if we keep pulsing it, it's going to get a little bit more accurate, and more boxes will show up. But we're looking for the data skimmers, and they don't really show up till we're maybe within 5,000 meters. And if we give a little bit more accurate scan, there it is, that little weird star. If we push T, we can zoom in on that, we can target that. And if we do zoom in, we might be able to see it, but we need to get close enough that we can actually shoot it. So these data skimmers don't fire back at us. There it is, that's a monitor. And we can just start walloping away, pummeling it with our weapons until it dies. And it shouldn't take too long. My guns aren't super strong, so give it a second. There we go. And now the timer began, and we need to scan for more. So I hit the scanner again. I'm going to head out here to this side, and the other one's probably up to the right more than it is right in front of me, but we'll see. And there it is. Well, that one is pretty easy to find. And while you're doing this, you're also going to have other ships that will spawn and try to stop you. It's best, in my opinion, just to ignore them. They're not super smart, they're not super strong, and you don't really need to worry too much about them. So there's not really a whole lot of actual combat that you need to worry about here. It's mostly just flying around and blowing stuff up. Then we're going to scan again, and that should be the last one. Now, keep in mind that you may get boxes in your scans that aren't the skimmers. They might be the star station or the Comm Array, or they might be other enemies. So if you can't find it, I would just look for a different one and try not to waste too much time on one box just because, you know, you don't have unlimited time here. In that case, that one disappeared. That does tend to happen, so we're going to fly back over here and see, maybe it's over here. The scanning system is a little confusing to me sometimes, but there it is. If one of them disappears, don't waste time looking for it, just go to a new one. And this will be 3 out of 3. That took us like less than 2 minutes. Oh, almost ran into that. And there we go, easy 20,000 credits. Now immediately you're going to want to speed up and zoom away from that comm array, because we are now in a restricted area and they will yet again shoot missiles at us. And that's it. That is how you complete those data skimmer missions. As far as money making goes, these are great options for beginners and new players, or someone after a reset and you just want to make a lot of money very quickly. But as I said at the beginning of the video, it's sometimes a little challenging trying to find these missions. So you can easily make something like probably 200,000 credits in less than an hour doing these missions, no problem. And I'm actually getting shot at, that's interesting. But the problem is more hoping the game doesn't crash or that everything goes according to plan and that you can find all the missions. And what I would actually do right now is, if I wanted to repeat these, I'm going to quantum travel away from the ships that are attacking me. So I'm going to go to OM5. And then I'm just going to get out of my seat and lay down in my bed. I think most ships have a bed you can lay down in. Maybe you're wrong on that. And then I'll log out, log back in, you know, server hop, find a new one, and just repeat that until I get bored or I have enough money. Thanks for watching this tutorial video on the data skimmer mission in Star Citizen.